And we are live. Hello, everyone. This is NDGC joining again for another podcast. This time, well, this topic we'll get to in the news story, but it's sort of going to be fun. But joining me again is, okay, I can't do random order now because Skype changed itself. So I guess second first.
This is the second
day.
opinion. And from a critic first and fan second. Let me pass the mic to Daylover.
Hey, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. We're going to have fun today. We're having a surprise. So that's nice. Woo! Next one.
All right. And Jen?
I may be first. I may be second. I may be late to dinner. But I'm a first and always Jen. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Jen.
Hello.
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 Hello, post-Valentine people.
Yes.
Post-Valentine's. No, wait, let's try this again. Post-Super Bowl, post-Valentine's, and now post-Olympics.
Yes.
We need March to be boring.
Shit. Oh, wait, before Easter gets here.
Yay, Easter.
Ah, crap, I forgot Easter. Oh, wait, here's gonna be boring. It's Lent coming up. Lent's coming up. It's gonna be just deprivation. Ugh.
Oh, on the bright side, Lent brings a whole bunch of good fish for cheap prices.
Everybody can keep their fried. Everybody can keep their fried fish and everything. I'll go with sushi. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. See, if you're gonna push Lent, at least, have Fat Tuesday ahead of it like the French do.
Very, very true. Very, very true. The French had the right idea.
I think Easter is like the April 17th or 18th this year, or something like that. So a little farther back.
Maybe even a little earlier in April. I mean, it's early this year.
Yeah.
Because I think I remember hearing, I mostly remember because I remember hearing I was playing like for going to Kings Island when it opens up. It's actually like its opening weekend aligns with Easter weekend.
Oh my God.
The 17th.
I can imagine if it's on a Sunday or whatever, I will imagine the lines be all the way out into the road in the afternoons, because then you have people coming in from Easter service is like, no, I've noticed this a lot of the Easter Sundays, the restaurants, the grocery stores, and any kind of events around, like, give or take maybe 1-2 o'clock. Then all of a sudden, if it can be nice and quiet in the beginning, and then all of a sudden 1 or 2 o'clock, it's madness. Because like, okay, we're out of church. Let's go shopping. Let's go.
It also is going to probably be very big too, just because this will be like the first time people get to ride the retract beast. In theory, if it's redoing dozen times, so it'll probably be a very hectic weekend. But I have ways around lines for that. So, but that's it. I just remembered. That's how I remembered Easter. It's like, it's in mid-April this time. So,
by the way, March just needs. I think like everybody would just needs like a nice little like cool down in March because of all the events in February. Even St. Patty's Day, we like don't even think about St. Patty's Day. Just cool down, will you?
Yeah, we're in Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. That's not going to be the case.
No, probably not. I've just gotten like my first. Actually, my boyfriend's already shown me like, okay, here's the lineup for next year. I'm like, already, man.
Yeah, practicing the first few bars of Finnegan's Wake.
Pretty much.
For the dawn and bound to your partner, what the floor your throtters shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
Nice.
Now
wish I had like an accordion or something to go with that.
All right. So who wants to go first? What you've been up to?
Well, why not us?
Yay.
Oi, take it while it's open. Okay, well, more from Isio Takahata and Heidi, and I mean he keeps hitting its stride. I mean, it's like you're watching the formation of Ghibli there, but okay. I think built the way up to, anyways, probably the most, beautifully melancholy moment yet, where, I think we last left off optimistic little Heidi in Frankfurt having the fun times beaten out of her by the lady whose name is actually Rottenmeier, and then her spirit boosted by the super fun grandma, and then lower than ever when she leaves until she's actually, sleepwalking with that, driving everybody crazy because they only catch a glimpse of her and thinking she's a ghost and adventure. But that's not the well done part. The well done part is when they reveal that the ghost in the house is actually Heidi sleepwalking, where they do it by following her to sleep and into her dreams, where she's back in her grandpa's hut on the mountain with nobody around, and everything is dark, no animals or life, like nothing gets any better, and yet somehow, in spite of all that, it still manages to make it look kind of beautiful, and Heidi herself still seems like relieved to be there. It's like it's the last bit of hope alive in her, or something like that. So, okay, it's getting more artful as it goes along, but that might be my pick for best moment there so far. So, again, check out Isao Takahata's stuff. He was underrated.
Also, hello, Carlos.
Hey.
Hey, Gator.
The gator has arrived from his pond.
Chomp, chomp.
Oh, and we went to see the digital exhibition of Van Gogh.
Oh yeah,
I
the
saw the pictures from
immersive
that.
Van Gogh exhibit.
Yeah, there's a video too.
I saw the pictures from it. I'm
I would recommend the video, but watch it. There is blinking lights and moving pictures.
So I mean, it wasn't, to their credit, it wasn't just some like slamming Van Gogh pictures together on Movie Maker. Somebody actually put effort into this and did a pretty good job. It was like it was like an animated movie, honestly, that just really, somebody who really knows how to animate, like making Van Gogh's paintings bleed into one another and fade in and out, and just like somehow connecting them, like you're scrolling along them until you don't actually realize that you're in a whole new one, but it all fits together. I don't know. Somebody who's a really big Van Gogh fan is trying to put you in his shoes, so that was cool.
I saw the pictures and video. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I want to do that.
Yeah. Tell your boyfriend to be like, I want that for Valentine's Day, like I did.
No, there would be no Valentine's Day. There was no Valentine's Day this year. Come on, we're coming off the Super Bowl. We needed that day to come. I actually had to work that day, so I was like,
okay.
No, the only consolation was, we got this. He bought a thing of rosé wine, and we got to share it. We got to share that. So there's that consolation. That's all right.
Does sound like a nice consolation.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, the rosé was pretty good anyway. So
Cool.
Wine makes everything better.
Yes.
All right.
And besides, it wasn't too big. We weren't too big on Valentine's Day anyway. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, Valentine's Day, I'm like, meh. I mean, with my boyfriend around, well, every day's Valentine's Day. So
yes,
just having him there is like Valentine's enough for me.
Aww.
Here.
All right. Also, let me just go back to Carlos. You want to introduce yourself, tell you what you've been up to?
I guess. It's like the stream is going on. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Because we just to give you a heads up. Yeah, we had to do sort of a running start this time because Jenn has to leave early within like 20 minutes, so that's why I was just starting to get a running start while we waited.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to just introduce yourself and say what you've been up to media wise and such.
Yeah, this is Alligator here. I've been on the up and up, trying to get myself more involved in in the world of Twitch streaming. Dealing with a bit of technical difficulties when it comes to a laptop trying to run Streamlabs and also BlueStacks. So yeah, that's fun. A lot of fun issues there. So yeah. I'm really just a guy like just trying to do some card games for like actual like profits while like getting into like a free to enter tournament and such. Very proficient at it for really Vanguard, not really for Yu-Gi-Oh because God, I really don't like the complexity of the Yu-Gi-Oh's. How should I say it? Need for stuff like hand traps and stuff to cancel anyone's plays from panning out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of gives me the big negative that blue players tend to do for me in Magic. Blue, when they can cancel anything that you're about to do and mess up your entire game plan for the turn, slowing you down quite a bit, wasting your resources doing that.
Okay.
So
Yep.
yeah, I guess aside from that, it's not really anything else like going on like media wise, like maybe yeah, I'm kind of like without like anything big happen recently. I'm just only like jazzed up for the up and coming. Oh yeah, that's right. Are we gonna get into news segment or are we gonna go quickly through the topic?
This sort of one of the news segments is going to be the topic. I have got left it a surprise, but
Yeah, because a certain new movie has sort of revealed a trailer, and now it could be an easy contender. Maybe not for the best of the year, but probably the most surprising movie for the year.
which movie are you talking about? Because my stuff is not movie related.
Oh,
The
Chip
Texas
and
Chainsaw
Dale.
Massacre, of course. Oh, I love that part.
No.
Try anything, Leatherface, and you're canceled, bro. Oh,
Right.
those teenagers who don't know what Texas Chainsaw Killing is like. Oh,
Right.
so pampered. This movie's gonna make statements and take on society.
What?
All right, but what movie was it?
Texas Chainsaw
I was
Massacre is
gonna
the
say Chip
stupidest
and
thing,
Texas
Dale
according
Chainsaw
Rescue
to a lot
Rangers
of people.
movie.
Texas
What was it?
Chainsaw Massacre is
The
gonna
Chip
do
and Dale
all
Rescue
that?
Rangers movie coming out
Oh
this
yeah, I
year.
remember that. Yeah, have any of you seen the trailer for the Chip and Dale movie?
Oh my gosh.
I did not.
I have
It's
I
a
have such
Oh
weird
god.
I have such
mishmash
mixed
of
feelings
like
about this.
it's like a creative mishmash.
I have such mixed feelings
Uh,
about this.
like I feel like what they're trying to say here is like it's basically an underground sequel to Roger Rabbit in a way.
Yes. You
Yeah.
actually there's a section in which you actually do see Roger Rabbit because at one point the I guess who's playing Dale is supposedly saying like, yeah, we did the Roger Rabbit with Roger Rabbit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm actually seeing Roger Rabbit in an animated feature, and then in an animated feature, and I'm seeing like Dale is CG, and then Chip is not, and then you see all these other characters. I mean, there's one section in which you actually see the G4 MLP ponies, and for one section, and I think Chip is riding on the back of one of them at something, and I'm just looking through like, what is happening here? This is some sort of like this is like walking a line between a nightmare and I have no idea, but this is definitely not a dream come true. But it's getting very close to nightmare.
I feel like this will probably be about the same quality as like the Sonic movie, as in like it is inspired. It's not like a masterpiece or a great movie necessarily, but like it does know its content and knows how to play with it, sort of thing.
I'm
Because it definitely seems like a step up from like a what's the word I'm looking for? A Smurfs or a
we do not talk about.
Chipmunks.
I can tolerate the Chipmunks. Surprisingly, I can tolerate the Chipmunks because at least they still had the chipmunk helium pitched voices, and the personalities were still there. They just got a CG makeover and well, crappy story. Other than that, I can tolerate it. The only problem is with Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is the biggest thing is like, I'm sorry, Seth Rogen's great. I don't want him voicing Chip or Dale. I don't want him voicing my childhood, okay?
Oh, Seth
I just
Rogen.
don't.
Oh, yeah, I can understand. I knew he was involved. I didn't know that.
Right. I just don't want him
I
voicing that. And also, I really did not want to see a darker storyline with Chip and Dale. I'm like, can't you just leave it alone? I do not want to see. I don't like the idea of Monterey Jack being an actual dark cheese addict. We already know he's a cheese addict, but now you got to make it all dark and everything. I don't like it.
I will say, okay, having just watched the trailer while you guys were talking, like, if nothing else, I do feel more affection for the cartoon in the era coming from this than I do from, well, what, the Smurfs movie or something like that, the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Like, this seems like, yeah, it, boy. I mean, heck, even if it's less original ambition now, it seems like it wants to dig into what you love about this stuff in the way Roger Rabbit kind of did.
Yeah.
That said, I'm good.
Oh, sorry, I cut in. My bad. Go ahead.
No worries. I was gonna say, yeah. That said, the new Space Jam seemed like it had something like that in mind, and it turned out to be, it was like, lying to itself that it wasn't just out to be a big giant promotion for its brand, for its Warner Brothers brand.
I refuse to see the second Space Jam. The first one was stupid, despite having all the Looney Tunes characters in it. The first Space Jam was stupid, and seeing Michael Jordan act is just uncomfortable. And the second was like, now you got LeBron James. Like, for goodness sake, you couldn't just leave it alone.
The thing is, LeBron has been in some stuff already. Like, I think some people said he's capable of giving funny performances, but I think, I don't know who's gonna win the debate for who the greatest basketball player between them of all time is, but Michael Jordan might have actually won the Space Jam acting award.
Everyone's saying like, LeBron is pretty much the GOAT. Even though everyone's saying that LeBron's the GOAT, but I'm like, stat wise, yes. But I always say, like, you know what? Jordan came before LeBron, so.
Well, it actually depends. Like, game for game, who put up bigger numbers on any given game, it's extremely close, and maybe even in Jordan's favor a little bit. But yeah, LeBron has longevity overwhelmingly, so his career total numbers are much, much higher. But then flip it around again, Jordan was 6 for 6 in championships. LeBron was 4 in 10. He's been to 4 more championships than Jordan, and he still manages to have 2 less rings.
Right, so I guess the stats really don't lie there, but.
All right, but I don't. Again, since Jen's time is here short, I'm going to move on to the news and also our main topic that sort of goes into it. We'll cover other news things afterwards, but just try to get Jen into it because it's something we all care about. It's a good thing I pushed off the G5 what we hope thing because we actually have news leaking out finally. Woo! It's sort of a shotgun of news, but it's a whole bunch of news. So let me just try to go down some of the things that have been released.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm. First of all, there is going to be sort of 3 different things coming out with it. First, there's going to be like it's going to be called let's see. There's going to be My Little Pony, like they don't call it G5, but it's My Little Pony G5, Tell Your Tale, which is going to be coming out, I think in April it said, which is going to be a flash animation, like shorts thing that's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be like very basically CalArt style, very like, so like what the MLP was doing like with G4, like right after it ended with like their shorts. sort of similar thing. That's going to be coming out soonish. And then the other two things are coming out, which it's sort of three other things, but they have the actual Make Your Mark, which is the G5 series proper, which is going to be coming out in fall. And then before that, then like after that, they have, I think it's before or after, around the same time, they're going to have like one special coming out. And then around November, they're going to have another special. So it's like, depends on, I include the specials sort of as like the same sort of special like mini movie thing. So that's why I count them. But the series itself is coming out, I think August is the date. I guess I'm breaking this from 3 or 4 different news leaks at once. G5 series. And here's another thing which I sort of misinterpreted at first, but it actually makes more sense, but it also is sort of more weird as a whole story. It's like, speaking of not Hell of a Boss, but Hazbin Hotel and how they're recasting all of its voice actors. All the G5 companies are getting new voice actors and voice actresses and voice actors.
Wow.
Okay.
Too much celebrity in that movie.
Yeah, because apparently I was trying to go cheaper with it. I think that's weird because like the original voice cast is mostly voice actors too, so it's a weirder choice. It's not like with the My Little Pony G4 movie, which did have more celebrity actors in there too. On top of the main cast, you know what I mean? Just but like ZZ Pop, I can't remember her name.
Was it Vanessa Hudgens?
And then there was the one singer too, but like that in that case, you know, those aren't probably coming back at least voicing just because it's more a special case. But for the main cast, again, they were mostly just other voice actors and voice actresses. So yeah, it's all a weird decision, but yeah, that is at first when I was reading the news, because again, it's not like one news. Their PR is really weird and not focused. So it's just like bits by bit. So at first I was thinking, like, from what I heard, like that the smaller Tell Your Tale thing on YouTube would have their own cast, and then the original cast would be there for the original series. That's what I thought it was at first. But no, they're both just getting new recasted the same, which is like, again, weird. Maybe not bad because, you know, these are other voice actors. And I keep saying actors plural, but like it's really only Hitch. The rest of voice actors is pretty much for the main cast. Yeah, like so we're gonna have a whole bunch of G5 content coming out this year. Also, the comic, we're gonna have a G5 comic with IDW.
I heard about that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, My Little Pony Tell Your Tale, the web things, it will launch April 7th. And let me see. Trying to find exact other. Oh wait, actually it's a little sooner than I thought. Then on May 26th, the Make Your Special drops in Netflix, and so it looks like actually it might be May. I was thinking August for some reason that the actual G5 series hits Netflix.
Okay, May. So we got a little time yet.
And how appropriate it's in May, because what's in May? The Kentucky Derby.
Yay!
Good, go figure.
They gather around a racetrack with in their Sunday best and big old mile high hats and drink Mick Juleps and watch the ponies race. Either race for the roses or lilies for the fillies.
So there's that.
Yeah. So yeah. So what are your thoughts? And let me actually make sure more MLP. Like I said, I'm filtering through a whole bunch of different news articles. That's why it's sort of a mess. Let's see. All right, I think it's been updated. All right, so there's a special that's going to be for the actual series that's going to begin May 26th. So I think that might be more grounding what the series is. And then there's going to be the actual season 1 in September 26th, and then a holiday special in November.
Okay.
It seems to be the official thing. Though unfortunately, it looks like as of now there's only going to be like 8 episodes, but that actually isn't too surprising because it is a Netflix thing. So
Makes sense.
that it's unfortunately makes sense.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
But yep, a whole bunch of G5 news this year. Like, what you look at, like 2 specials, a series, and then a mini YouTube series on top of an IDW thing. So we go from Pony Drought to Overload.
Hey.
Hey, you just can't get away from it, can you?
No, you can't. No, you can't. You're still gonna get your fix.
Yes.
Going back to Kentucky Derby, a little funny story. Like, I think this week or last week or so, I brought up my roller coaster thing I mentioned before, and like one of the things I was going to is like the theme park in Louisville, Kentucky Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
So one week I was just randomly saying, "Oh, let me just see what the hotel prices are now if I just want to stay there one night or something like that." So just like I'm gonna just pick some random week in May, and I was just looking, I was like, "Wow, Louisville's hotel prices are really high." Like $400 a night, and there's not many options. Like, this is really surprising. Like, wait a second. Then it was like, wait a second. Then it was like, no, then it was like, wait a second. What weekend is this? Like, let me check when the Kentucky Derby is. Like, the random week I picked was the Kentucky Derby week. I was for checking prices.
Of course you did.
So yeah, it's like one of those random, like, funny. It's like, oh yeah, of course the one I picked that to try to just give a gauge of prices is like one where like everything's astronomical for a good reason. But anyway, yep. More thoughts on G5 and all that, and
Nope.
I just really hope that somebody has a better vision for it than, like, we should go after certain trends or something.
The one thing I will say, like, there's some good things I will say is, well, one, we actually will at least get a sample with the voice actors and voice actresses' performances. Like, the short series is going to be a different tone. At least that's my guess. It's probably going to be very Teen Titans Go thing, but that's how it is. But even with Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans, like, the voice acting performances are mostly the same, just slightly more lighthearted in one, but it's the same voice actors, actresses. So even though we won't get the main series until September and a special in May, we will actually at least get a sample of their voices in a shorts, like, very soon in April.
Okay.
And then another good thing I was bringing up, which I sort of brought up with it's just only short with only 8 episodes. But no, this is really becoming a more mainstream Netflix series instead of just sort of being converted over to Netflix, which sort of MLP became in the near end, partially because I think the hub died, and then the Discovery Kids, it was on there, but it wasn't the most successful thing on there. And so Hasbro very brightly started a good partnership with Netflix. But what I was trying to go back is, like, with it being an 8 episode series and all that, and it does seem to be more of a Netflix series when, if you haven't noticed, Netflix animated shows have a very high quality standard as of late. So that does give me hope.
Effort is good.
Here's to that.
Yes.
Although, yeah,
I think the view counter might have been going down because I know that the views on Friendship is Magic got lower as it went along, and I don't know. We did also coincidentally start thinking that they that it lost some inspiration towards the back half. No.
Well, like I said, there's multiple reasons why the ratings could have gone down. It's oh yeah, that's Jen. Like I was about to tell you, it's been 30 minutes.
Yep.
Any other final words on G5 or anything else before you head out?
Nope. Got nothing on my end about G5. Just I guess we just wait. We just wait for the deluge of G5.
Mm-hmm.
We sit,
Like
we
I said,
sit, and we wait.
Yep, and like I said, April will at least get a sampling of the voice actors. So yeah, and good luck with your studies, Jen.
Okay, thank you very much. Got so long, viewers. Gotta go.
Study hard.
Will do. Talk to you later.
Take care.
All right. Let me see what was going with my train of thought. Shoot, I forget what it was. I was commenting something about a second set, and then I lost train of thought with the alarm.
Whether the story quality, hooking audiences had anything to do with...
Oh, no, the ratings.
The
ratings were sort of hard to judge just because there's sort of 3 different factors in it. There's the hub was gone, like the new Discovery Channel was just not really as successful as the hub in terms of just like styling and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So like there could have been some viewers lost from that over time, especially. Then there's also the fact that as a whole, TV is dropping fast. Like we are really in the streaming era, and a lot of networks are like really hemorrhaging money right now, like the traditional TV networks. I think Cartoon Network's really struggling. A lot of them are just, as a whole, just like sort of suffering if they don't have any sort of spin-off streaming site they're connected to. Like Cartoon Network is connected to HBO Plus. So there's that direction, and then there's also like we feeling like the series was just getting a little long in the tooth. So there's like multiple ways that could have justified that drop in viewership.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
All right, but that was sort of the main topic of the show. Just going to G5 is coming right around the corner, so this might be more of a pony channel again pretty soon.
How about that? We can get right back to having passionate, incendiary opinions. I mean, I don't know. I'm just real curious as to what G5 is going to be, because like the movie, I wouldn't call the movie like as inspired as anything come out of Friendship is Magic. I don't know if the movie felt like a true original at any point, but from what it was trying to do and the stuff that the two had in common, I did think it was more inspired than where we left off with G4. So
that's what I said. Like I feel going back to what I was saying, like there is that special coming out in May. I feel that will be more grounding of the series in the actual movie, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so I said that's where I feel we will really be able to judge the series is that with that special, because since it comes out in May and the series in September, it just feels like that just feels like it is, and also I think it's might help us adjust to the new voice actors in a official way. Even though the shorts on YouTube will be out before then, it's not the sort of same Netflix audience. But yeah, it is. I do get to say it's sort of like going to be the same but different. But since we sort of started with the movie, we don't really know how the series will go. So we just sort of have to wait and see.
I mean, it doesn't look like they're dropping a lot of hints for like, what we're in for when they hit the ground running. It's just, I almost wonder if they're more testing the waters.
Yeah, it's like I said, though, it's sort of a shotgun approach to all of this. So that's like there's just sort of doing a whole bunch of it, which actually is good. I think more media things should do that, where it's like have multiple different avenues. It just helps build PR for the main core thing, but also to sort of diversify. Like if you're really just into YouTube, like watching shorts and all, because it's not even an argument. I watch YouTube stuff a lot more than any TV or even streaming source nowadays, which is just such a weird thing to think about. Like if you really think about, but yeah, it's our world now. So yeah, I'm interested to see how the avenues pay out, and especially the special. I feel is where we really will be able to tell a lot, and then before that, we will be able to see what the voice actors sound like in April. And hell, maybe it actually will be a nice, fun, short thing, and not just generic Teen Titan Go's knockoff.
Time will tell. Although the trends lately haven't smiled favorably on that one. People do seem to like making Teen Titans Go's.
Yeah. But like, I actually am not, even if it is just that, if it's just like the shorts that were like the G4 shorts after the series ended.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not against that, just because it is very much going for a different market and it is not interfering with the main show itself. And like, if that's true with this, like, it's just its own side thing on top of the main series. Like, if it influences the main series tone and all that, then yeah, we might have some issues. But I have a feeling there will just be kept separate. And hell, if this keeps a Teen Titan Go-ness out of the main series, then congratulations.
Good. You make a good point there.
And honestly, I shit on Teen Titans Go a lot, but honestly, it's not the worst of that style of show. It's just like all the other shows that are trying to be like it that are really the really bad part.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing that always bothered me the most about Teen Titans Go wasn't like it was making a mockery out of Teen Titans, but that it was often too clever by half. Like, it seemed to think it was owning a lot of the subjects it took on, like it was inflicting major ponage, and I don't know, it just seemed like it was more smug than anything else.
That's as I said, the interesting thing, like I said, that Teen Titans Go is better than a lot of the spinoff is there are genuinely good and clever written episodes worked in there, but there's also just random crud too. And just like potty, like not just potty humor, like there's a lot of lowbrow humor, but there is that occasional like very highbrow humor worked in there too. Like, I will say the Teen Titans Go movie was actually really good.
Yeah, it seemed like that didn't make a lot of noise among haters. It seemed like people didn't mind that one too much. So, who's to say?
All right, but I guess we can move on to the other news stories, because that was the main one. And then the other one is sort of the more of a Super Bowl ads. It's sort of going off with the Chip and Dale thing. Is like there was a whole bunch of new media ads. I think the biggest one that I seen that was at least new show ads was actually getting a real look at the Amazon's Lord of the Rings prequel series, based on the Silmarillion, and it sort of caused controversy, but it's any of y'all see that or aware of it?
I saw the trailer for that. I didn't even know it was based on the Silmarillion. I haven't read that one, and yeah, I thought, okay, well, now they're mining this property until its soul is sucked dry. But no, I have someone I work with who eats, sleeps, and breathes Lord of the Rings, and he's excited for it. Seemed to, see a lot. Like, he seemed like, I guess, whatever they were doing there, that a lot of the lore and whatnot, he's all for it. So what can I say?
Yeah, because like this is their biggest attempt, because they've made a few attempts to essentially get their HBO's like Game of Thrones, sort of like that one series that really pushes viewers. And this is like they made a few attempts like with the what's that one series? The one very large book series.
That has to do with what?
It's like their series that was on there. I'm actually looking through their stuff. Let me see. which I think I should have it on. Wheel of Time, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Wheel of Time was sort of one of their another attempts at that, which seems to have came out not really flopped, but just sort of noticeably not been the next Game of Thrones. And then this is their most recent attempts. I'm trying to actually get some background on like production of it. That's what I was looking up right now. Other Rings of Power, Prime Video. Yeah, so it is fully all right. I was looking if it was like Amazon more directly or not, because I know like the Wheel of Time thing was made by Sony, which does a lot of like they're making some shows for all the streamers. So yeah, Sony's sort of benefiting from not having their own streaming service after Crackle died years ago. Actually, I think it's still around, but it's basically dead. So what that means is they basically Sony production TV shows are arriving on pretty much all the streaming services. So they basically are that one third party that gets to sell to everyone. Which, to give context, Sony has a very big TV production. They're the ones responsible for Breaking Bad. So they do have a very high quality TV division too. That's what I was looking for Wheel of Time, because I know Wheel of Time was Sony. I wasn't sure if this was also, but no, this is more Amazon's and New Line Cinema stuff directly. But yeah, that series, and actually visually it looks very good. And hell, it should because apparently season 1 cost them like $1 billion to produce, so they better hope it looks good. But on top of that, like there is some controversy about that. With basically the casting is more of a mixed racial casting, which has rose some feathers.
Of course there is.
But even more controversial is that one of those mixed racial castings, more importantly than her casting, is the fact that she's a female dwarf without a beard, which is raising all kinds of that's the real controversy there.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Tolkien did explicitly state that one. Well, we did see a couple of guy dwarves that shave, so if they will redeem it if they at least have a lady dwarf with a beard somewhere.
Yeah, but also it's like that's an interesting thing is like, because I haven't read the Silmarillion, but I'm aware of like some of the general, basically the summaries and all that cliff notes of it. Which the Silmarillion as a whole is sort of like a cliff note of like, here's all the stuff that happened before, from the very, very legends to the myths to the history, transitioning from like more abstract to more real, in that sort of order. But the one thing I was just bringing up is like, yeah, because that is a Dwarf Castings. He's apparently one of the main stars. But remember like the main setting. This is that one supercontinent that was, I forget its name. That's sort of the main setting, but I don't remember dwarves really being much involved in that at all. In that story, it was mostly like humans and elves, or basically the high humans, if you want to call them, that sort of like predated Gondor and all that. So yeah, because like I know that one dwarf that was caught in controversy, like her casting, but like she is apparently a very main character, but like I just don't remember dwarves being really part of that storyline. But I guess maybe if they go into the ring forging, they might have some of that with just in general forging and then like sneaking in the ring stuff. But yeah. But yeah, that was sort of any other and that's the main news in terms of Super Bowl ad news I want to bring. Any other ad like medias that stick out for you from the Super Bowl?
It's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
All right, and yeah, because is that the same trailer that was at the end of Spider-Verse or not?
I think it was more complicated. I don't have the best memory from Spider-Verse, but yeah, I think it was more complicated than that.
All right. And Carlos, anything else in Super Bowl ads or recent media ads? I mean, I think you mentioned Chippendale. All right. I guess moving on to
I appreciate our talks, Carlos. I mentioned the Texas Chainsaw Massacre trailer, which I know the movie is out now, actually, and I think the reviews are as bad as the trailer made it look, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited for Turning Red, though.
I am, especially the way they're... Carlos?
Yeah, definitely for like that movie. That movie's just gonna be like nostalgic for me, especially since living with the older sister who played Backstreet Boys. That soundtrack is just gonna eat up my mind.
Yeah, no, they actually said they're gonna try to go into like this isn't, not only is this going to be a teenage girl, but this is going to be like the kind of teenage girl that the adult or tween girl, I guess, that the adult Pixar fans would have been at the time this movie takes place. And
yeah, because I think, they're, like they said, it's going to be a very puberty-focused movie, if that makes sense, and it's going to be, like, mature in that way.
I did hear that, that it's going to try to not shy away from what teenagers are often taught to be a little ashamed of, so good on you there.
Yeah, it sounds weird, but that actually does intrigue me because, like, Pixar, them tackling a rather more mature topic like that, like, and actually just covering it, like, with, like, that is very intriguing and new for Pixar, which piques my interest. I just hate that it's on freaking Disney Plus. I want to see it in theaters.
I don't like to see the Pixar movies getting the disrespect these days.
But I guess the other news thing I wanted
to... now. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the other thing I want to bring up is there was a Nintendo Direct that happened, which announced a lot of their plans, at least for early years. There was a whole bunch of little things like updates on like Splatoon, Triangle Cross Strategy, Mario All Stars. I think whatever one's a soccer one. But I think the two big stories from that is one, Nintendo is going to have like a DLC pass for Mario Kart, which is going to add like 48 or around that many tracks that are remastered from like other Mario Kart games over the course of like a year and a half to 2 years. So that is a lot of content.
So yeah, about video games, I saw there was a teaser trailer for Street Fighter 6.
Oh yeah, that just dropped like apparently just before we started recording. I've not seen it yet, but I'm aware, and I know people are upset that it's apparently not Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah. There was also a thing like for like the Nintendo Direct about a certain franchise getting a third entry.
Well, that's my other thing I was about to bring up from the Nintendo. The big news from their Nintendo thing is, the sort of big news for a lot of people is Mario Kart because it's Mario Kart, and 48 tracks is a lot of tracks. But the other thing is that the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has been confirmed, and I am extremely hyped because if you remember, like way back when we asked what games we're most excited about, I said the Nintendo game I'm most excited about is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 over the new Zelda game. So I am extremely hyped, especially since this sort of is a crossover one. A very MCU crossover mix-up thing between Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, we're basically talking about the setting of one with some of the characters from two. So yeah, that's gonna make everything feel like a nice little universe there.
Yeah.
Then yeah, there's also the thing about Mario Strikers finally coming back.
Yeah, I did mention that was a soccer one, which I know a lot of people are excited about. Because I think that's probably the most successful, or at least the biggest, hottest of like the Mario sports games, if I'm correct. Or am I
C'est
not? I can't remember.
possible. My brother was real into that. He like picked out exactly which characters were his winning formula, and I would even like watch him play it sometimes. It was like, yeah, like just knowing exactly what moves he was gonna do every time. It was he had me under his spell for a minute there, like I was watching my sports team play and pull all their signature tricks. Addicting, I guess. Point being.
But yeah, that was sort of the other news stories. Like actually a good Nintendo Direct, first one in a while. So.
Just now.
There.
I guess now is sort of like. I wonder, do you mind spoil your second? Like, if you're by yourself right now?
For what?
Like the most recent My Hero Academia chapter.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh wait, we probably save that until we end this recording, just because I don't want listeners. But yeah,
to get spoiled.
Yeah, but we can end this soon because we already covered the news story and we sort of already rushed through the main topic. So any other thing for the audience in this sort of short, but we had compact episode.
Yeah, it was very compact. Not really much needed to be said. I mean, not much in terms of like media outlets. I mean, Pokemon was lackluster this week for me. Really was just bleh. Digimon had an interesting time travel episode involving shadow cells trying to take over their human body parts. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Had like the finale for the Amnesia arc, which by the way, 7th is about to end soon, so yeah, that show's gonna be winding down, and it's doing really good. You can't really be like hype about that because we're gonna be continuing on with this universe in the next entry. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7th is basically the start of a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Multiverse.
And also to give my own sort of media update is, I have paused my game playthrough of Persona Royal because I wasn't able to get to beat the third palace like I was hoping before Horizon Forbidden West hit. But I will say I made it far enough right before the third palace to say, I think you'll get the reference when I say, God damn it, Ryuji.
Yes. Now you join us, Derek. Now you know the pain. Now you know the pain of Ryuji.
But that's one thing I'm noticing. Like pretty much everyone I'm noticing so far in a team, or most of them are. There's like so many flavors of airheads in my teams. Like, oh gosh, no, what I am leader. I love my misfit group, but dear gosh, they are really in need of a leader.
Oh, just wait until the next team member comes in.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I know like some of the little who are going to be other members, and I can pretty well guess who's going to be next. Oh, I will say about her, Makoto. Isn't her last name Makoto or?
No, first name is Makoto. Last name is Nijima.
All right, Makoto. I first heard her before, then later was like, she definitely sounds familiar. And yeah, she is a freak. She is Lucy's voice actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I checked it's like because especially when she got some more appears, it's like maybe it's the character. I was like, I'm definitely looking up because that sounds just like her teenage voice she often goes for.
I mean, and just letting you know, Makoto is definitely best girl.
Yeah, I can suspect that. Like she hasn't on the team yet, but I'm already getting hints of that. Yeah, I guess that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, yeah, that's after I eventually beat Forbidden West. I'm going to be jumping back to Persona. So even though there's finally the next generation of, I guess that we should have had in the news of next gen patch for Cyberpunk 2077 finally dropped, but I'm going to put that on hold until after Persona Royal.
Oh yeah, I mean, and also the Atlas directs have been starting to put out stuff. Like it revealed the first project they're working on is apparently a Soul Hacker sequel for PlayStation and Xbox. So that's definitely going to be something.
But I guess that concludes our podcast this time. Yeah, G5 is going to seems to be possibly looking good this year. We're at least getting a lot of it. So I guess see y'all next time.
Sweet. Take care, everybody.